Hey, Keith Myers here from Susky Air Squadron. Today, I want to talk a little bit about your local Pennsylvania politicians, senators, congressmen, the governor, the lieutenant governor, what you can do to tell them about what we're doing here, because crazy things are going on here in the mid-state and all around the state, actually. And you can check out my research on some other videos that are posted. Basically, just wanted to get to the slideshow and something that relatively quick that you can send to your elected officials. Again, here's a little bit of information about us. Feel free to shoot me an email. Be happy to travel or do a Zoom with you or your organization. We're doing a documentary. And also, if you'd like to help buy some equipment for our monitoring for that, that would be awesome. But everything here today that I'm offering you is free. I have a data dump that I'm going to show you that proves beyond a reasonable doubt that chemtrails are being sprayed here in Pennsylvania. Is it legislated? That's today's question. Have your elected officials, have they voted on this in closed doors, or what's going on with it? The problem is that I went to the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection with benevolent reasons to inform them of some bad things that were going on, and they basically deleted all my things that I pointed out to them. So I'm making it all available to you, the Joe Public, whatever. Just come and check out the files. If you got your own pictures from around Pennsylvania, you can correlate and make up days that for events, that things that happen around the mid-state. And this is all free. I don't want anything for this. I want you guys to know this, but I want you also to share with people in other states and other countries as soon as you can, because these things are going on everywhere. Now, the results that I found here are very shocking, and I'm going to share them with you right now today. So let's look around the mid-state here. Things that I was finding: stratospheric aerosol injections. Now, if you're going to deny this, you can, but it's a real thing, and people call them chemtrails. A lot of people have been called conspiracy theorists because they don't understand what's going on. In fact, and I've been tracking these things for quite a while. I have a background in solar energy. I've written papers for the Department of Energy. I've presented at Carnegie Mellon Energy Week. I've sponsored capstone senior projects at both Harrisburg, Penn State University, and also Berks campus on solar cogeneration between solar thermal and PV. And I just have an interest in this kind of things and been paying attention. So a lot of things that I want to talk to you about are these kind of things that are happening, and they're deliberate and they're meant to block out the sun. Now, there's a lot of things happening here concurrently, which I'll get into in a minute, but this is right over Fort Town Gap in Lebanon County. And I've spoken to the congressman's associates, I need to say and clarify, located in Jonestown, PA, that I dropped off thousands of documents and papers and all kinds of things, and didn't want to talk about it. So I get it. I'm not sure that the National Guard is complicit or congressmen in general, but I'm just trying to draw attention to it because people need to find out what's going on here. You're all being subjected to this. So let's find out the official word about solar radiation management from the White House itself. And we got a little PDF here that's on the document dump, and there's links about the research plan to basically spray particulates into the atmosphere to divert, sunlight to decrease the temperature of the earth. But in fact, they're actually insulating the earth, and he's not really going to be able to escape. Plus, all these particulates are really bad for you and your lungs and your cats and your dogs and your loved ones in general. So they're even showing you what planes are using here, and also the payloads. How many tons can they carry to spray you with? So there's this whole thing from the White House says that they're not thinking about doing this quite yet, but the research indicates differently. We have presence military in the mid-state, and that's fine. That's great. I know plenty of people from the National Guard and the Air National Guard. And I'm not saying that they know what's going on exactly, but I will say that, the Air Force is carrying out this kind of research from a long time ago, and they're currently putting it into place. So is somebody, or team of entities doing this in Pennsylvania? Oh, absolutely. I can prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, let's look at this. I have all kinds of events here that I've tracked. Now, it's not just Hershey, okay? It's everywhere in the state that's going on. That's why you need to find out who your senators are and who your congressmen are, even down to the local level. Tell your mayor about this. Tell have a council meeting about it. Nobody voted for this, as far as I'm concerned. Did you put your hand up to be subjected to this? I mean, this is insanity, and they're doing it, on a regular schedule. They dissipate through the day. The cloud. There should be no cloud cover today. There should be just a beautiful blue Pennsylvania sky. And it's going on between cities like Hershey to New Garden, and things are really weird because there's traces, high levels of electromagnetic radiation that are accompanying these things. So why would they be in conjunction with spraying of particulates? It's very nefarious, and I'm pretty sure that nobody has voted would vote in favor of this thing if they ask you, hey, do you mind, if we just dump a bunch of stuff up here in the atmosphere on top of you, and eventually it'll settle in the soil and into your lungs. So this is what I found out is I went to the DEP and I said something and I saw something. So I, went to all these different sites to find out information on these ambient air website, the applications that take all this data. And I went to them, and they basically took everything that I had, and from the parameters that I took, and I pointed out to them, because there was high levels of electromagnetic radiation and particulates, and stuff was missing too, as well as ozone. This Hershey shows us right here levels of 12,000 to 13,000 watts per meter squared. There should be nothing in here, because nothing should be showing up here at nighttime when the sun is not shining. And the max should be 1100 on the sunniest day, or 1200 across the midstate at noon. We have 12,000. That's insanely high. And nobody wants to give me an explanation of anything. Now, I showed it here again in Allentown and New Milford. It's all running concurrently. Look at these numbers. This is just an ongoing, whole day event. And you can see it here in the other one. So much, in fact, that it's pegging out other gears, parameters to measure resultant direction and outdoor temperature. The data dumps shows everything. So these are just some really quick examples that you can send to your congressman, or your senator, or local officials. Look at this, 12,800. Send it to local law enforcement too, because they're getting on board, because the data places are located in your neighborhoods, and somebody in Harrisburg is taking it upon themselves to just delete stuff. I've called the Attorney General's office. I've Department of Health, Josh Shapiro's office, and there's legislation in place regarding people spraying these particulates, and it's been enforced since 1968. And if you're a part of this, you're going to lose your airport license, or you're going to lose your pilot's license. You're going to be fined. Maybe go to jail. Maybe you should. Maybe things like this shouldn't happen. And the Weather Modification Board, in response to people's inquisitions into this, I have said, even if the requester could prove that the cloud seeding was going on, it would not prove the department had either licensed or find any entities in connection with that activity. This is the Department of Agriculture, and they need to wake up over there. Okay, this has been going on for a long time. Either that, or they're paid off. All right, who are you guys just not paying attention, or are there incentives? Are there, is there money being thrown around in some back rooms? As far as I'm concerned, it's unlegislated with no consent or no oversight. It's means for other nefarious research that could be intertwined with it. Who knows, what kind of biological weapons or pathogens could be mixed in, or playing with it. We're playing God here, just like the COVID stuff. It's basically a gain of function for weather. It's promoting climate change, and it's insulating the atmosphere. Plus, you're dousing us with aluminum, barium, strontium, tiny particulates of all kinds of stuff that's living in you. And then all these levels of electromagnetic radiation, that are, you got particulates in your lungs, in your tissue that are metallic, and then you put a microwave on top of it. What do you think that's going to do to you? 9 out of 10 doctors wouldn't recommend that for anything. So I'm just telling you that we're trying to pull this documentary off so everybody around the world knows. If you want to help us out with some monitoring here, that's great. If not, right now, I don't care. I just want you to talk to people about it. Send me an email. Prove me wrong. These people need to wake up because we're paying them. You are paying these people to represent you, and they're failing. Okay, they're failing miserably. And the reason that they're failing, I'm not sure, because it's happening to everyone. And if you know it's happening, then there's one or two things. Either your whole family's being subjected to it, or somebody paid to have some special filters in your house, maybe an oxygen generator to combat ozone high levels. Maybe your whole house is encased like a Faraday cage, or maybe you have lead lined walls or something like that. I don't know, but the rest of us are just left to swim in this ocean of crap, that's being sprayed out of planes that I don't know. Who are they? Do they have licenses? I can tell you that friends of ours are tracking these planes, and it's not going to be good for them in the end, because they're running around with their call signs off, and they're spraying these particulates, and it's all like Nuremberg stuff. There's no reason that any of this should be happening right now, especially in Pennsylvania. So please reach out to your local politicians and reach out to law enforcement. Start sending them this stuff. Start saying, taking your own pictures. If you dig into my database from historical pictures, you could probably find all kinds of events that happen in your neighborhood. It's really easy to use. And I just want you to spread this information as fast as you can to all the ends of the earth. And we'll go from there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.